Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for my next Walking Dead Q&A video. Very sorry I didn't get a chance to actually doing the Q&A video on Friday like I usually scheduled. I'll explain that in a minute. But I do want to just say real quick for anybody that's new for the Q&A videos, this is going to be the Walking Dead Q&A Part 2. We did Part 1, not this Friday, not this past Friday, but the one before that. And I definitely want to tell you guys that, you know, I meant to do this next Walking Dead Q&A video on Friday. In the first Q&A video, I said, okay, I will do this every Friday. Next Friday, I'll do the Walking Dead Q&A Part 2. I turned off the camera, I'm like, I'm so stupid, like, the trailer's next Friday. So, I was like, okay, well, that's not gonna work. So I'm like, okay, so we'll do the Q&A video, probably some point in time that weekend. Still didn't happen, so here we are on Tuesday now filming the Walking Dead Q&A Part 2. So, very sorry, because you guys left all your Q&A questions like a week ago. So, definitely sorry about that. That will not happen again unless it's Comic-Con time again. I totally forgot, and I can't believe I scheduled it for Friday when I knew full well the Walking Dead trailer was coming. So, anyway, let's get started with the Walking Dead Q&A videos. All you gotta do, if you want to be part of the Walking Dead Q&A video Part 3, is write your question down in the comment section below. Write Q&A, write your question, and you can write a couple questions if you guys want to as well. You know, I will include your question in the next Walking Dead Q&A video, which will be this Friday coming up, by the way. You know, I won't be tricking you guys with that again, and, you know, accidentally not realize that a Walking Dead trailer is coming out that same day. Duh. So anyway, really cool stuff. And I even missed my character spotlight video this Saturday too, which I'm like, oh my god, I gotta catch up. So we got some videos to make for sure in the next couple days. But I feel really bad too, because it's like, you know, I didn't do my Saturday Spotlight, I didn't do my Q&A video on Friday. And next Saturday Spotlight video is going to be on Benjamin from the Kingdom, which was asked by Brian Archam. So, so by the way, speaking of Brian Archam, the first question here. Now this, I don't know if there's a question or a comment, I'm not necessarily sure, but it was there. So I figured, and I want to talk about this real quick before we get into some of the ones that say Q&A. So I don't know if this was a question or a comment, but I'm going to say it anyway. How crazy is it that Rick wouldn't have disappeared if they saved Ken? Serious butterfly effect. So, yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, it is true, because it's like, Ken, first of all, got killed, then, Earl and Tammy were upset. Gregory got, Earl drunk because he knew he could, because Earl wanted a drink after the death of his son. So he knew, Gregory knew that he could get Earl back on the liquor. And then of course, we have, he convinces Earl to attack Maggie, and then we get to see Maggie, who has to deal with Gregory. She hangs Gregory. That convinced Oceanside to start killing some of the Saviors, and then, once Maggie saw that, she's like, it's time to see Negan, and then Daryl and Maggie led Rick to what happened later on, and then Daryl and Rick fought while Maggie went to go kill Negan, and then that happened, and then Rick got injured, and then Rick almost died. So it's like almost it all really kind of comes together. So yeah, that is pretty crazy actually. I actually didn't even think of that until you commented that. So yeah, I like that a lot. Next one comes from Spiritual Rex 4, and also Lord Punkin wanted to know the same question as well. You two left the same, pretty much the same question. Do you think Rick will come back to the show or die in the movies? So, oh man, when it comes to the Walking Dead movies, I'm so hyped for those, but I do have a bit of a problem with it too, though, is that I don't think it's even possible for Rick to return to the TV show anymore, and I am going to explain why. First off, there is almost no way. There is almost no way, because the movies, we have 3 movies that Andrew Lincoln is going to do. He wants to spend more time with his family, and the movies are going to take a little while to make, even just one of them, and he's going to do 3. The next one's in 2020. I'm going to go ahead and assume that the one after that, the second movie, if the first one does good, because that's the thing, we might not even get a second or third movie if the first one does, like, really bad. I have faith that the first Walking Dead movie will do really good, but you never know. You know, the Walking Dead audience has gone down quite a bit. So, you know, there is that to consider as well. But, I look at it, I'm just like, okay, the first movie will be in 2020. The next one will probably be in either 2021, which I don't really think is going to be possible. Most likely 2022 for the second one. Then probably 2024 or so for the third Walking Dead movie, which will be the last Rick Grimes movie. Could even be 2025 by the time they actually get to it. So that's like 5 or 6 years of doing movies, because you're not going to do a Rick movie every year, you know, because if you do that, what was the point of having Rick leave in the first place? Andrew Lincoln wants to have more time to be with his family and also kind of film some Rick stuff in the movies, you know, kind of separate from his actual life. So, and that's probably going to take some time. That's probably why they haven't started filming the Rick movies yet. So, that's why I'm saying that I feel like it's going to be like 5-6 years before all 3 movies are even out as it is. By then, the original TV show might be either ending or it's already done. You know, we don't know. So I don't know. I doubt Walking Dead is gonna last another 10 years for the original series. But honestly, yeah, I feel. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe it could. But I just feel for right now, because of how they changed everything up in the original series, they really worked around Rick being gone. They put Daryl at the forefront. They put Michonne at the forefront. They put Carol at the forefront, and even Negan a little bit. And it's like they changed things so much that a time skip. Judith's older. They did all this just to fix the fact that Rick is gone, to make the show, appealing to watch. And it really would get your attention when you see previews of Judith older and, a 6-year time skip and Carol's long hair, and you're like, oh my god, I gotta see this, you know? So the fact that they would just go back to that again and have Rick come back, I don't know. And also the fact that they said the movies will complete Rick's story. I feel like Rick has to die in the 3rd movie, and I'm really not looking forward to seeing it. But I am, I'm accepting it, but I feel like Rick returning in the TV show just wouldn't be possible at this point. And the comics ended, really, an issue after Rick, and they ended the story without actually Rick being part of it. Well, kind of. So, I think the TV show can probably do the same. I think that the original series will probably end with, like, showing Judith being, like a 30-year-old woman, or, like, a 40-year-old woman or something like that, leading Alexandria and stuff. And, there's tons of, like, old people and stuff, and then there's the newborns, like Grace, and maybe Grace is, like, her best friend or something, Judith's best friend or something. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I think the TV show can end without Rick just fine at this point. But and I think that's why they're going to give us the Rick movies for everybody to see Rick again. But the original series, I think, is probably going to be without Rick for the rest of its time now, to be honest. So Lord Pumpkin and Spiritual Rex 4 there is the answer to that one. So Dimitron 3. I'm pretty sure that's how you say your name. I'm probably butchering it, but Dimitron 3 says, do you think Morgan and Dwight will return to the main show if Fear gets canceled? So we know Fear is not going to get canceled at least next year, because we're going to be getting a season 6. So Dwight and Morgan, I feel like, is a really interesting one. Dwight, I feel like they could kill off in Fear at a point. I do. Maybe in a couple years or something, they could kill off Dwight in Fear, because I don't feel like they're going to bring Dwight to Walking Dead anymore because of Daryl, because all this stuff. So Dwight will probably never be in the original series again either. I don't know. I just feel like, they probably won't at this point. But, there's that. And then also I feel like Morgan, honestly, eventually, if they want to, they could put Morgan in the movies. So, for right now, I'm going to say Dwight and Morgan. Dwight might be killed off in a couple years, and Morgan could go to the movies, if anything, if Fear gets canceled. And then the rest of the cast, that's something they'll just have to work out for sure. Maybe the rest of the cast will go to the movies with Rick, too, in like the 2nd or 3rd one or something. So, yeah, and then the last one comes from Twisted Pictures, who says, how would you like the Whisper War to start and end on the TV show? So, real simple. A certain thing that Negan does in the comics, in issue 156, I'm not going to spoil it for just TV show only viewers, and it's going to end, I think, in a better fashion than how the comics did. And I don't want to say anything because I do have a video coming up for that. So, yeah, in terms of all these questions, guys, thank you guys so much for all the Q&A questions. Of course, if you want to be part of the next Walking Dead Q&A video, write your comment in, write your question in the comment section below, and I will pick your comment for the next one. So, I'll do the next one this Friday, so leave the questions down below, and of course, write your comments in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Of course, if you're new here, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Walking Dead videos, whether that's the Walking Dead TV show, Fear the Walking Dead, the Walking Dead Rick Grimes movies, or anything like that, or the 3rd series eventually when it releases. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys really soon for another video. Peace out.